public speaking. And then I thought about it, and I was like, you know, why not bring the kids up with me? You know, we brought them down here, and why not have a little entourage? But as I reflect on my decision to bring them up here, I'm finding that I'm more in support of them than they are in support of me here. And they're really my reason for being here this evening. And even wanting to start a New Jersey chapter of the World Ebony Network. The goal that I would like to see for the World Ebony Network in New Jersey is to focus on education, inquiry, and research, and have our youth look further, look deeper into who they are, because we all know that we can't really figure out where we're going if we don't know where we come from. So it's very, very important, and as I reflect on my own search for my own identity and who I am, I reflect back to my time at Hampton University and taking a survey of African American history course, and it changed my life. It was the first course that I ever had where I learned about my culture and my history and my connection with Africa and the Africa within me. And so I think that it's very important that we share that with our young people of today, because they are our future. And if we don't bestow that in them now, then where are we leaving our future? So that's my motive, that's my reason for being here and for having them all with me. They're all dynamic individuals with great gifts and great talents, and they are also all looking forward to starting the New Jersey chapter of the organization with me. So I hope that you all get a chance to speak with them and listen to their great ideas, because they have a lot of them, and they're a great troupe, they're a great team of people. So thank you so much for having all of us.
I know you all don't want me to sing, but seeing all these children standing here reminds me of, I believe our children are the future. Teach them well and get them. Somebody knows words? Come on, somebody give it to me. I think because this is really important for the children who are in this room, and we have a lot of children here. Somebody know the words to that song? All these people in here, you know, what's it? Come on, just real quick. Just do a stand. Just come on and do the stanza. You shopping? Just do the stanza.
I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be. Everybody's searching for a hero. People need someone to look up to. I never found anyone who fulfilled my needs. A lonely place to be, and so I learned to depend on me. I decided long ago, if I fail, please don't live like I believe. No matter what they take from me, they can't take away my dignity. Because the greatest love of all is happening to me.
All about. Speaking of children, I think it's really interesting. This is a wonderful segue. Ambassador Haley, you know we have one of your proteges here. And from what I understand, he knows a lot of secrets that you gave him to help him become the man who he is today. Dr. Hippolyte Folkrock, would you please join me at the microphone? I did all that lead up. Come on. Thank you, Doctor. Oh, and he's with the World Bank. You must have taught him a whole bunch of stuff.
Thank you very much. It's a real pleasure for me to be here tonight on the occasions of Ambassador Haley's birthday. And I have to say that I've been very fortunate to have come across Ambassador Haley and his lovely wife. And it is a real pleasure for me to actually say a few words on these auspicious and special occasions. And in fact, we often refer to Ambassador Haley as His Excellency. And not just because he greatly served this country as ambassador to the Gambia, but also because, and more importantly, because his life actually epitomized and symbolized excellence. I think his life has been one of excellence and perfections. Whether you look at it from the standpoint of politics, where he spent all his career, from the standpoint of civil rights and mentoring, I am one of the product of his mentoring, or from the standpoint of bringing the world together, or the family standpoint. Modoli Doris is here. I think if you look at the political side of it, and a city which is known for political brinksmanship, we have Ambassador Haley, who is often known as the bipartisan man. Having been appointed by a Republican president, George Bush Sr., and a Democratic president, Bill Clinton. So he's truly a bipartisan man. And it's fitting to have him actually recognized in this great democratic house, and to have a Republican, a lifelong Republican owner in this house, actually symbolize that bipartisanship. On the struggle for civil rights, I think you've heard a lot about his connection to Martin Luther King in the early years of this movement. I think he was one of the founding fathers and driver of that initiative. And I can remember one of the secrets I got from him when he organized for Martin Luther King to come and speak at his law school, where he graduated as one of the first black. It was quite remarkable at a time where it was not very popular to be associated with Martin Luther King. So Ambassador Haley actually did that in the early years. It was quite remarkable. And that law school was a difficult experience for him, given the segregation at the time. And his late brother, Alex Haley, actually wrote a piece on his tribulations back then, a decade ago. It was such a great piece that it's been republished in the new edition of Reader Digest. It's actually in the bookstore. And I got this copy just this week. And may I also add that in the state Kansas, one thing that Ambassador Haley did, which we are very proud about, he talks about not having a vision at all as being the greatest pitfall. In the Kansas, he strived very hard to actually put forward a fair housing bill to actually increase housing affordability and reduce inequality in access, which was a great idea, but maybe too early for the time. But he actually did try in the Morehouse philosophy. And the push for civil rights and inclusive representation democratic system is also one of the great legacy of Ambassador George Haley. I think his commitment to empower the least fortunate has been alive throughout. And just to give you one glimpse of what he did, a couple of years ago, 2-3 years ago, there was this young African that he met at the bus stop. He had just come from Africa with a French background, still learning English. And Ambassador Haley approached him and spoke to him. And before we knew it, Ambassador Haley actually registered that young kid at one academic institution in the South. Now he's on his way to get his bachelor degree. We have to be very thankful to you, Ambassador Haley, for such a great spirit. Ambassador Haley is also, I will say, a great Pan-Africanist. I think one of the great things that Martin Luther King actually did was to forge the bond between African in the continent and African in the diaspora. And I think that's what Ebony Network is doing tonight. And you all remember Martin Luther King attending the inaugurations of Kwame Nkrumah as the first president of an independent state in Africa. I think Ambassador Haley has followed in that footstep, contributing to establishment of ECOWAS in Africa as a great regional organization to foster intra-regional trade between African countries and also between Africa and the rest of the world. One would think that AGOA is actually a byproduct of that inceptions. I think as part of that fostering the bond between Africa and the diaspora, one can think of what he did as ambassador to the Gambia, which was quite remarkable. Each time when we see a Gambians, even though it's been more than 10 years, they're still talking about that ambassador as if we never had any other ambassador in the Gambia. The reality is that Ambassador Haley never had to go through the DNA test to be connected to his roots. It was so natural. I think to close, he is a great family man. I think we are here tonight because the Ebony Network is actually building a great family. And Ambassador Haley is a great family man. I think he's been a great mentor, build children. We all heard about his lovely mother, Doris. And he also has a great daughter called Anne, who happened to be a lawyer like him. A couple of years ago, Anne said to us, African women no longer make great leaders like my father. And I would like to encourage all black men in this country to aspire and strive to become like him. And then our answer to her was, how do we do that actually? Because Ambassador Haley started in a very good footing to have a wife who was born the same day with him. And if we have to achieve that goal, it would take the probability of actually having such a wife would be almost close to zero. So I think, quite frankly, you've been a great mentor to me personally, and to many other youngsters around the world. We can only hope that you will have more and many more years ahead of you to transform and influence the life of many others. Thank you.
I actually have this, and it's a wonderful story. So if you all get an opportunity, it's the September 2012 issue. But as Mr. Fuqua spoke of the civil rights era, there was somebody else who, another family that was very active, and that was Dick Gregory. And he and his 10 children, both parents, were part of the civil rights struggle. And his daughter is here tonight to sing for Ambassador Haley, Ayanna Gregory, and she went to Howard University, and she's in the midst of a play that she's performing and stopped her evening to stop by and to sing for you.
Happy birthday, Ambassador. In celebrating our legacy and the continuum of freedom everywhere, I share this with you. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom over me. And before I be a slave, I'll be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free. We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved, just like a tree that's planted by the the water. We shall not be moved. Ain't gonna let nobody turn us around, turn us around, turn us around. Ain't gonna let nobody turn us around. We gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, marching down that freedom lane, marching down that freedom lane, marching down that freedom lane.
Oh, you know what? I felt like I needed my tambourine. Were you sitting back there, Hudson, like in church, St. John Baptist in South Bend or somewhere? Lord have mercy. This is really an exciting evening. Y'all have to forgive me. I'm having a good time. I hope you're having as much fun as I am. Oh my goodness. And so now we do have another young lady who is with us, and I have so many names on this list. I don't know what Ezzy was thinking about. She now have glasses and read all this. So now we have Priscilla Ofusu. Priscilla, will you join us at the mic, please?
Good evening, all. I just want to say, on behalf of my company, which is Lean On Us Unity, we say happy birthday to you, Ambassador Haley. And this is a privilege and an honor for us to be able to be here, for me to represent our company. So I'll just give you a little bio about our company and what we're doing to help with the different crises that we've noticed in the United States. Lean On Us Unity is a therapeutic program designed to provide a safe haven for young pregnant ladies and their unborn child. Our target population of young ladies ages 12 to 20 who are either pregnant and bear one child under the age of 2 years old. Our program does not promote teen pregnancy. We have embraced the statistics that have stated that 4 out of 10 girls have one or more baby prior to their 20th birthday. Our program is assisting with the solution in the aid of prevention of the revolving cycle of the teen pregnancy. While the baby and the young mother are the ones who appear to suffer from the most actual circumstances in the short run, many other problems arise, leaving the family members in society with a high price to pay. All of our young ladies in our program are held accountable for their actions with positive correction reinforcement. We believe in our young ladies with the understanding that they are our future. We believe human life has integrity, value, and worthy of respect, support, and nutrients. Our program will equip young ladies with the valuable tools, assets to live in a positive life, independent and free of the welfare system, and avoid repeat pregnancy out of wedlock. Thank you so much.
We have a lot of work to be done in our communities, and I think that this is a good launch for all of that work that needs to be done. We have a special presentation, and if Mr. Michael Ajuaki, please join me at the microphone.
Hello, my name is Michael Ajuaki. I'm from Los Angeles. I'm a writer, producer, friend of the World Ebony Network. Ezzy met you in particular. When she told me about the event, when she was doing Colonel Underwood, just couldn't miss it. I had to be here, especially with Ambassador Haley and his wife celebrating their birthday. At first, I didn't really see a connection with me and Ambassador Haley until today, actually. I actually know his daughter and their daughter and son-in-law, Ren Brown. They're friends of mine in Los Angeles, coincidentally. Ren is a very accomplished actor, his daughter's an attorney. And then I was recently in Louisiana working on a TV project just last week, and I had to go to Bank of America. Well, they don't have any Bank of Americas in Louisiana. I didn't know that. The nearest Bank of America to Grambling, Louisiana is in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. So I have to drive 148 miles to Pine Bluff, Arkansas, where I just found out Mr. Haley grew up. Another connection. Third connection is a story that relates to what I'm about to present after I finish here. When I was 12 years old, Roots, the movie Roots came out and really changed the way black Americans, because my parents are from Nigeria. I grew up here, first generation Nigerian. And it was the first time that I saw black kids in my neighborhood identifying with Africa. Because before that, everybody wanted to be an Indian or Cuban or Mexican. Nobody wanted to be an African. But after Roots, everybody wanted to be an African. So my parents, we were getting older. My parents decided it was time to move. They were selling their house. They were going to move that and buy a new house. Instead, my mother convinced my dad, let's not buy a new house. Let's take the kids. Let's use this money and let's move back to Nigeria. Let's expose these kids to their roots while they're still small. And so that's what we did. Parents sold everything, moved us back to Nigeria. The day we moved back to Nigeria, I was 14 years old. We were in the airport. We were on the way to the plane. On the way to the plane, this man walked by us. I said to my mother, I said, God, that man looks just like Alex Haley. Everybody turned and looked. It was Alex Haley. We're on the way to the airplane. We all U-turned and went after Alex Haley. We caught up to him, we stopped him, introduced ourselves, my mother. He was very nice to us. Just him by himself. He had a little bag in his hand, like a satchel. We talked to him for a few minutes. Almost missed our flight back to Nigeria. So that's another connection that relates to tonight. And that leads right into the man I'm going to introduce next, Mas Bobemi. He's a Nigerian who's been living in the UK for the last 12 years. He's an artist, an art consultant. He does film, theater, you name it. Very accomplished artist, Nigerian, in residence in the UK. And the World Ebony Network, they came up with the idea to commemorate this occasion of taking some scenes from the movie Roots and putting them to stage, theatrically, 3 or 4 scenes. And they asked Amas to do it. He said he'll do it. So for the last month, they've been communicating by Skype. He's been rehearsing these students, these actors by Skype from London, 6-hour difference. And today, for the first time this afternoon, he actually met the actors that he's been working with for the first time. So please sit back and enjoy Roots, the play, by Amas Bobemi. Bobemi, right? Okay, Bobemi. All right. Put your hands together for Amas, please. Thank you.
for her to go to school. Kunta graduates and decides to go to the new village with uncles Jana and Solomon. By this time, he has formed a close relationship with his brother Yeomin. At the age of 10, Kunta completes his schooling and from there travels a short distance to go through his manhood training with his mates.
You should all know by now what the reasons are for you being here. You will learn to fight, to look after yourself, to keep safe the lives of your loved ones and family, and to be a man. What is your name?
My name is Kunta Kinte.
What is your name?
My name is Kunta Kinte.
What is your father's name, young man?
Well, great. I come from my grandfather, the mighty Kariba Kunta Kinte, from Jafre, son of Mar and Binta Kunta.
You are all here for the sole purpose of training. A man respects authority. A man must learn to hunt, to survive. A man has honor, responsibility. A man must learn to love and be loved. Step forward, Kunta. A man is ready for anything that may come his way. You have come before me as boys, but you leave as men. Move!
When Kunta returns, he is now looked at like a man. He moves into his own lot and gets his own land to farm. One day, Kunta decides to make a gift for his younger brother, Lamin. He decides on a drum. But while hunting for the wood with which to make this drum, Kunta is captured.
Your family?
My family is well. I know they are.
Your family is well. I know.
They'll be after us soon. I know they will be.
You were the only one taking them.
My father, I'm sure he fought them all. He's a very great warrior. You saw my father. He's a very great man.
What did they say?
Yes. They came in as silent as a knife slicing their hair. I saw family running and screaming. They were gathering on one another, holding on for dear life. They were burning and crying.
Stay alive. I know we will. We must stay together. Come together. Speak a common tongue. Never let them change us. Never let them change where we come from.
After a harrowing journey across the ocean, Kunta and the surviving men and women arrived in Virginia. Kunta begins plotting his escape. Almost as soon as he has the strength, he tries to escape, but he is quickly recaptured. He tries again 3 more times. On the 4th attempt, the 2 white patrollers who catch him cut off half of his foot. He quickly loses consciousness and wakes up to find himself on a whole new farm. While he recovers, he is tended by Belle, a young African-American beautiful slave who will later become his wife. Kunta soon meets Fiddler, a talkative man who teaches him English and tells him about the events beyond the plantation. He is given the name Toby, but he insists that Kunta is in fact his real name.
Master, no, Master, please. Master, no.
Hold him up real well. You're gonna learn how a bad nigga gets turned good. Your name is Toby. I want to hear you say your name is Toby. What's your name, boy?
Kunta Kinte.
When the master gives you something, you take it, nigga. I want to hear you say your name. It's a nice name. It's Toby. And it's gonna be your name till the day you die, nigga. What's your name?
Kunta Kinte.
Say your name, boy.
Toby.
Say it louder so the world can hear you, nigga.
Toby.
It's a good nigga. Cut him down.
Aside our words into your own, all 'cause you won't listen. Listen, I get my love at a crossroads. I'm not at home in my own home, and I try to say what's on my mind. You should have known, oh, and now I'm done believing you. You don't know what I'm feeling. I'm more than what you made of me. I followed the voice you gave to me, and now I finally found my own. You should listen. So you should have listened. No. Oh, you should have listened.
Ambassador Haley, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Yeah, yes. Happy birthday.